So, 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, getting ready to head over to the Jacksonville Association of Realtors class. I'm going to be in there all day. Today's class is the Gen Up, so it's for normal brokers, and my technology class, protecting clients' data in a technology-driven world. So one thing we were talking yesterday that I thought was really cool is if I was a new agent, or if I had new agents working for me, I would require them to read every form in MLS or every form in our Zip Forms library at least once within the first couple of weeks of working there. And the main forms, like working with a real estate agent, buyer agency agreement, forms like that, I would require them to read that 2 or 3 times the first week. Read your buyer's agency agreement 2 to 3 times, know it inside and out. Read your listing agreements 2 or 3 times inside and out. And what that's going to do, it's really going to help you feel comfortable when you go on buyer agency appointments or listing appointments and you know those forms. So, you know, somebody asks, what's this automatic extension on the offer to purchase? And you can say, well, that's an automatic 14-day extension. If everybody's trying to close the deal, but it just gets delayed, it automatically extends 14 days. You're going to have a lot more confidence with those appointments, and your clients, potential clients, are going to feel a lot more confident in you that you know what you're doing if you know the forms inside and out. And you'll feel a whole lot better when you have to go over those forms with people. What if you advertise a 3-bedroom rental house on a 2-bedroom septic and somebody moves in? What's the HUD guidelines for the number of people per bedroom? 2, right? So I'm advertising as a 3-bedroom. I'll move a family in there of 6, but the septic system's only for a 2-bedroom. Is that a problem? That's not a fun problem. I mean, it's not much fun when the tenants have been there 2 weeks and they call you and they're like, there's sewage backing up in our bathtub, which is what will happen. People will go through a house and like, well, clearly 3 bedrooms, here's the bedrooms with the closets. They throw that in MLS and they sell the house. Who is the person that normally finds out about that? The buyer 5 years from now when they go to sell their house, and the agent pulls a septic permit and says, I'm sorry, your house is not worth this because it's a 2-bedroom. So one question I get all the time is, how do you keep your phone secure and everything? So what I tell them, especially on Android, you've got to keep the screen locked. So if you can just swipe to the left or right and get into your phone, that's usually an issue, like that. Yeah, so you need to at least have a PIN lock, or you have a code or something. So if I swipe to the left, I have to put a PIN in to unlock my phone. The fingerprints works great too. What a lot of people don't realize, on Android especially, but you can actually put a message on the lock screen. So some people have on there Mark's phone, or Android's better than Apple, which it is. But what I've got on mine is Mark's phone. If found, please call. Now don't put your phone number, because that's not going to do any good. It's just going to be ringing in the person's hand. Put somebody else's number. So I put my wife's number. So if you think about it, the screen's locked. They can't get into it, but it actually has the phone number to call if somebody found it. I've started teaching people that, and I've had 3 or 4 people call me saying, thanks so much, somebody found my phone and called me. 6-7 months ago, we drew up our own addendum to go to buyer agency agreements and listing agreements. It was a wire fraud addendum. And basically we would go over wire fraud, what's this issue, what's this about, and would have them sign off on it. That is now a form available in your Zip Forms account called wire fraud addendum. If you're a broker in charge, you should read it. Maybe make that a required form for your transactions, because this is scary stuff. This is stuff that should keep brokers in charge up at night. We meet with a buyer or we meet with a seller. We go over the wire fraud addendum form and we have them sign it and date it then. And then on my email signature, every time I'm emailing stuff out, I have at the bottom, disclosure. Wire fraud is real. Always verify wiring instructions through a phone call. So every single email I'm sending out says that. Is that going to protect me if there's an issue? I don't know. But at least I have disclosed that multiple times throughout a transaction. I tell this everywhere that I go. Antivirus, every year they have to update. They come out with new updates and everything. Norton used to be the gold standard. But what happens a lot of times, this software becomes so big and bloated that it about slows and cuts your computer off. You don't get viruses because you can't use your computer. So here's what I always recommend doing. Every year, there's websites, there's magazines that test all of this. They throw viruses at it. They say, what do they catch, what do they not? I don't like spending money on anything, you need to spend a little bit of money on antivirus, okay? When I say a little bit of money, it's 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks a year. Now in 2019, I'm gonna do a quick search and see what the reviews are for 2019. If WebRoot's still up towards the top, I'll just renew it for another year. It might drop down to number 8, and then there's something else. So that's what you kind of gotta do, because these go through cycles. When we're putting locks on our house, or we're putting an alarm system, or we're putting that sign in our front yard that says, hey, we have an alarm system, what are we telling burglars? Go next door. Our house is too complicated. We've got too much there. Go somewhere else. Are burglars really going to stop and really focus on your house when there's houses everywhere if they know that you have security and all in place? Probably not. And that's what we're doing for your passwords online. There's so many accounts online. We want to make your account harder than the next one beside you, because they're not going to spend a lot of time on yours when there's so many of them. They're going to try to hit it with the common passwords. If it doesn't work, they're going to move on to the next property, next house, next account. Any other questions? Y'all been a blast. Thank y'all so much. I'm tired, a little tired, so hopefully the voice will hold up. 8 hours, Jacksonville. Great class. That was a fun group. Carried on, great questions, good time. So I think we're an hour out of Morehead City. So yeah, let's find out where we're going. Morehead City. All right, so we just rolled into our hotel room here in Atlantic Beach. So hotel number 3 actually. Had a little bit of a scheduling issue with our second hotel, so we've ended up in Atlantic Beach here. Just got here and wrapped up Jacksonville. Tomorrow morning we will start in Morehead City. Tomorrow is the NC Realtors Technology, Tools, and Resource class. So full day, technology and real estate. It's been a long day and my voice is holding up, so that's a plus. But long day, ready to hit the bed, but had free popcorn at our Hampton Inn, so that makes everything pretty good. Free popcorn tastes better. So looking forward to tomorrow, Morehead City, and gonna do it all over again.